Welcome back to Espresso English, everyone. I'm Kate, and I'm so excited to be joined by the one and only Dave for another episode.
Hey there, Kate. Ready to get our brains buzzing with some juicy vocabulary and grammar?
Absolutely. And today we're diving into a topic that's close to everyone's heart: happiness. We've got a fantastic text about the science of happiness, how to cultivate it, and even some useful words and expressions to help you talk about it in English.
That's right. We know happiness is a big topic, but we're going to break it down in a way that's both informative and engaging. So, grab your favorite cup of coffee, or tea, or whatever your happy beverage is, and get ready to learn some new words, brush up on your grammar, and maybe even find some inspiration to boost your own happiness levels.
We love hearing from you guys. Leave us a comment below with any questions you have, or share your own tips for happiness. We're all in this together.
Let's get started. Kate, you want to kick things off with the first section?
You bet. We're going to start by looking at the opening paragraph of the text. It sets the stage for the whole discussion, so it's important to understand the vocabulary and grammar used there. Ready?
The pursuit of happiness, a journey through science and self-discovery. Happiness, a word that evokes images of sunshine, laughter, and a sense of deep contentment, is a universal human aspiration. Yet, the path to happiness is often shrouded in mystery, leading many to believe it's a fleeting emotion, a lucky strike, or an elusive dream. This is a misconception. Happiness, while influenced by external factors, is ultimately an internal state, a product of our thoughts, choices, and actions. This journey will delve into the science of happiness, explore practical strategies for cultivating contentment, and illuminate the path to a life filled with joy, purpose, and meaning. Understanding the science of happiness. The pursuit of happiness has long been a subject of philosophical and psychological inquiry. In recent decades, however, scientific research has shed new light on the neurobiology of happiness, revealing the intricate interplay between our brains, bodies, and emotions. The brain's reward system. At the heart of our experience of happiness lies the brain's reward system, a complex network of interconnected structures that release neurochemicals like dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins. These chemicals, often referred to as feel-good hormones, create a sense of pleasure, motivation, and well-being. Engaging in activities that trigger the release of these chemicals, such as spending time with loved ones, achieving goals, or experiencing acts of kindness, can lead to a surge of happiness. The role of genetics and environment. While the brain's reward system plays a crucial role in our experience of happiness, it's not the whole story. Genetics and environmental factors also influence our predisposition to happiness. Studies have shown that approximately 50% of our happiness set point, the baseline level of happiness we tend to experience, is determined by our genes. However, the remaining 50% is shaped by our choices, our relationships, and our experiences.
All right, everyone, let's dive into the first section of our happiness text. It's a great introduction, setting the stage for the whole discussion. Dave, you want to start us off with some key vocabulary?
Absolutely. Right off the bat, we have the word evoke. Can anyone tell me what evoke means? It's a great word for describing how something triggers a feeling or memory.
That's right, Dave. Evoke means to bring something to mind or to cause a feeling or reaction. In this case, the word happiness evokes images of sunshine, laughter, and contentment. It's a powerful word that helps us understand the emotional impact of happiness.
And then we have aspiration. This is a slightly more formal word for a strong desire or ambition. So, happiness is a universal human aspiration. Everyone wants to be happy, right?
Exactly. It's a goal that we all share. Now let's look at the phrase shrouded in mystery. What does that tell us about the path to happiness?
It suggests that the path to happiness isn't always clear or easy to understand. It's like a mystery that needs to be solved.
Excellent point, Dave. And then we have fleeting, which means lasting for a short time. So the text suggests that some people think happiness is just a temporary feeling.
Exactly. And then we have lucky strike, which is a bit of a slang term for something good that happens unexpectedly. So, some people might think happiness is just a matter of luck.
And finally, we have elusive, which means difficult to find or achieve. So some people might think happiness is a dream that's impossible to reach.
Great job, Kate! Now let's move on to the grammar. This paragraph uses a lot of interesting sentence structures. For example, happiness, a word that evokes images of sunshine, laughter, and a sense of deep contentment, is a universal human aspiration. What kind of sentence is that?
That's a complex sentence with a noun phrase in apposition. The noun phrase, a word that evokes images of sunshine, laughter, and a sense of deep contentment, is in apposition to the noun happiness. It gives us more information about what happiness is.
And then we have, yet, the path to happiness is often shrouded in mystery, leading many to believe it's a fleeting emotion, a lucky strike, or an elusive dream. What's interesting about this sentence?
This sentence uses a participial phrase, leading many to believe. This phrase acts as an adjective, modifying the noun path. It tells us what the path to happiness does.
And finally, we have, this is a misconception. What kind of sentence is that?
That's a simple sentence, but it's important because it introduces the main point of the paragraph, that happiness is not just a fleeting emotion or a matter of luck.
The power of positive psychology. Positive psychology, a field that focuses on the study of human strengths and well-being, has made significant contributions to our understanding of happiness. Through research and practical interventions, positive psychology has identified several key factors that contribute to happiness. Positive emotions. Cultivating positive emotions like joy, gratitude, love, and contentment can significantly enhance our overall well-being. Engaging in activities that evoke these emotions, such as spending time in nature, listening to music, or practicing mindfulness, can boost our happiness levels. Meaning and purpose. Finding meaning and purpose in our lives is essential for long-term happiness. This involves identifying our values, pursuing goals that align with our passions, and contributing to something larger than ourselves. Strong relationships. Humans are social creatures, and strong relationships are essential for happiness. Nurturing meaningful connections with family, friends, and loved ones provides a sense of belonging, support, and love, all of which contribute to our well-being. Flow experiences. These are moments of intense focus and engagement where we lose track of time and feel completely absorbed in an activity. Flow experiences can be found in activities as diverse as playing music, writing, painting, or engaging in challenging work. These experiences provide a sense of accomplishment, satisfaction, and joy. Mindfulness and gratitude. Cultivating mindfulness, the ability to be present in the moment without judgment, and practicing gratitude, expressing appreciation for the good things in our lives, can significantly enhance our happiness levels. These practices help us to focus on the positive aspects of our lives, reduce stress, and cultivate a sense of contentment.
All right, everyone, we're moving on to a really exciting section, the power of positive psychology. This is where things get really interesting, and we start to learn about practical strategies for happiness. Dave, what are some key vocabulary words from this section?
Great point, Kate. First, we have well-being. It's a common phrase that refers to a state of being healthy and happy. Positive psychology is all about promoting well-being.
Exactly. And then we have interventions. This is a more formal word for actions that are taken to improve a situation. So, positive psychology uses research and interventions to help people become happier.
That's right. And then we have contribute. It means to add to something or to play a part in something. So, positive psychology has identified several key factors that contribute to happiness.
Excellent. Now let's look at some of the specific factors mentioned in this section. We have positive emotions, meaning and purpose, strong relationships, flow experiences, and mindfulness and gratitude. These are all important concepts in positive psychology.
Absolutely. And each of these concepts has its own unique vocabulary. For example, cultivating means developing or nurturing something. So we're encouraged to cultivate positive emotions, meaning and purpose, and strong relationships.
That's right. And we also have words like evoke, which we already discussed, align, which means to match or correspond, and absorbed, which means completely focused on something. These words help us understand the different aspects of happiness.
Now, let's talk about the grammar in this section. What's interesting about the way the information is presented?
The author uses a lot of parallel structure. Notice how the bullet points all begin with a noun phrase followed by a verb. Positive emotions, meaning and purpose, strong relationships, flow experiences, and mindfulness and gratitude. This parallel structure makes the information easy to read and understand.
That's a great observation, Kate. And the author also uses a lot of participial phrases, like engaging in activities that evoke these emotions, identifying our values, and nurturing meaningful connections. These phrases act as adjectives, modifying the nouns before them.
Practical strategies for cultivating happiness. Now that we've explored the science of happiness, let's delve into practical strategies for cultivating contentment in our daily lives. 1. Cultivate positive emotions. Practice gratitude. Take time each day to reflect on the things you're grateful for. Keep a gratitude journal, write thank you notes, or simply take a moment to appreciate the good things in your life. Engage in activities you enjoy. Make time for activities that bring you joy, whether it's reading, listening to music, spending time with loved ones, or pursuing a hobby. Smile more. Smiling, even when you don't feel happy, can actually trick your brain into releasing endorphins, boosting your mood. Practice mindfulness. Engage in mindfulness exercises like meditation, yoga, or simply focusing on your breath. Mindfulness helps to bring you into the present moment, reducing stress and anxiety. 2. Find meaning and purpose. Identify your values. What is important to you? What do you believe in? Understanding your values can help you to align your actions with your beliefs, leading to a greater sense of purpose and fulfillment. Set goals. Having goals gives you something to strive for and a sense of direction. Make sure your goals are meaningful to you and align with your values. Contribute to something larger than yourself. Volunteering, helping others, or engaging in activism can give you a sense of purpose and connection to something bigger than yourself. 3. Nurture strong relationships. Spend quality time with loved ones. Make time for meaningful conversations, shared activities, and simply being present with the people you care about. Practice active listening. When you're with someone, truly listen to what they have to say. Put away your phone, make eye contact, and show that you're engaged. Express your appreciation. Tell the people you care about how much they mean to you. Words of affirmation can go a long way in strengthening relationships. 4. Embrace flow experiences. Identify your flow activities. What activities make you lose track of time? What activities are you completely absorbed in? Once you identify your flow activities, make time for them regularly. Challenge yourself. Step outside of your comfort zone and try new things. Challenging yourself can lead to new skills, personal growth, and a greater sense of accomplishment. 5. Practice mindfulness and gratitude. Mindfulness meditation. There are many guided meditations available online and through apps. Start with a few minutes each day and gradually increase the duration as you become more comfortable. Gratitude journal. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each day. This simple practice can help you to focus on the positive aspects of your life. Express gratitude to others. Take the time to thank the people in your life who make a difference. A simple thank you can go a long way.
All right, everyone. We're moving into the heart of our happiness text, practical strategies for cultivating contentment. This is where the rubber meets the road, so to speak. Dave, what are some key vocabulary words from this section?
You bet, Kate. First, we have cultivate. It means to develop or nurture something, like a garden or a skill. So we're talking about cultivating happiness, which means creating the conditions for it to grow and flourish.
Exactly. And then we have contentment, which is a state of being satisfied and happy. It's a more subtle and lasting kind of happiness than just feeling joyful for a moment.
Great point, Kate. And then we have reflect. It means to think carefully about something, often in a deep or serious way. So we're encouraged to reflect on the things we're grateful for.
Excellent. And then we have appreciate. It means to recognize and value something. So we're encouraged to appreciate the good things in our lives.
That's right. And then we have endorphins. These are chemicals in the brain that are released during exercise or when we feel pleasure. So smiling can actually trick our brains into releasing endorphins, which can boost our mood.
Excellent. Now let's look at some of the specific strategies mentioned in this section. We have practice gratitude, engage in activities you enjoy, smile more, practice mindfulness, identify your values, set goals, contribute to something larger than yourself, spend quality time with loved ones, practice active listening, express your appreciation, identify your flow activities, challenge yourself, mindfulness meditation, gratitude journal, and express gratitude to others. These are all practical steps we can take to cultivate happiness.
Absolutely. And each of these strategies has its own unique vocabulary. For example, affirmation means a statement that confirms something is true. So, words of affirmation can go a long way in strengthening relationships.
That's right. And we also have words like absorbed, which we already discussed, strive, which means to make a great effort to achieve something, and engage, which means to participate in something actively. These words help us understand the different aspects of cultivating happiness.
Now, let's talk about the grammar in this section. What's interesting about the way the information is presented?
The author uses a lot of imperative sentences, which are sentences that give commands or instructions. For example, take time each day to reflect on the things you're grateful for. Make time for activities that bring you joy, and tell the people you care about how much they mean to you. These imperative sentences make the strategies feel more direct and actionable.
That's a great observation, Kate. And the author also uses a lot of infinitive phrases, like to reflect on the things you're grateful for, to bring you joy, and to make a difference. These phrases act as nouns, often serving as the object of a verb.
Overcoming obstacles to happiness. The path to happiness is not always smooth. There will be challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. Here are some strategies for overcoming obstacles to happiness. Challenge negative thoughts. When negative thoughts arise, challenge them. Ask yourself if they are truly accurate and helpful. Replace negative thoughts with more positive and realistic ones. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself, especially when you're struggling. Treat yourself with the same compassion you would offer a friend. Seek professional help. If you're struggling with chronic sadness, anxiety, or depression, don't hesitate to seek professional help. A therapist can provide support, guidance, and tools to help you manage your mental health. Happiness as a journey, not a destination. Happiness is not a destination to be reached, but a journey to be embraced. It's a continuous process of growth, learning, and self-discovery. It's about embracing the good times, learning from the bad times, and finding joy in the everyday moments. By cultivating positive emotions, finding meaning and purpose, nurturing strong relationships, embracing flow experiences, and practicing mindfulness and gratitude, we can create a life filled with happiness, contentment, and fulfillment. Words and expressions for English learners. This text uses a variety of words and expressions that are useful for English learners. Here are a few examples. Aspirations, a strong desire or ambition. misconception, a wrong or mistaken idea. Elusive, difficult to find or achieve. Interplay, the way in which two or more things affect each other. Neurochemicals, chemicals that are produced by the nervous system. Endorphins, hormones that are released by the brain and have pain-relieving and mood-boosting effects. Predisposition, a tendency to suffer from a particular condition. Set point, a baseline level of a particular characteristic. Interventions, actions taken to improve a situation. Cultivating, developing or nurturing something. Contentment, a state of happiness and satisfaction. Flow experiences, moments of intense focus and engagement. Mindfulness, the ability to be present in the moment without judgment. Gratitude, appreciation for the good things in one's life. Self-compassion, kindness and understanding towards oneself. Chronic, continuing for a long time. Embrace, accept or welcome something. By understanding the science of happiness, practicing practical strategies, and overcoming obstacles, we can all embark on a journey towards a life filled with joy, purpose, and meaning. Remember, happiness is a choice, and it's a choice we can make every day.
All right, everyone, we're getting to the end of our text, but it's a really important section. Overcoming obstacles to happiness. Because let's face it, life isn't always sunshine and rainbows. Dave, what are some key vocabulary words from this section?
You're right, Kate. Life throws us curveballs, and this section gives us some tools to deal with those challenges. First, we have obstacles, which are things that stand in our way and make it difficult to achieve something. So, we're talking about overcoming obstacles to happiness.
Exactly. And then we have setbacks, which are temporary failures or delays. So we're going to have setbacks on our path to happiness, but it's important to keep going.
Great point, Kate. And then we have challenge. It means to question or doubt something. So, we're encouraged to challenge negative thoughts, which means to question their validity and replace them with more positive ones.
Excellent. And then we have compassion. It means showing kindness and understanding towards someone, especially when they're struggling. So we're encouraged to practice self-compassion, which means being kind to ourselves when we're going through a tough time.
That's right. And then we have chronic. It means continuing for a long time, often in a way that's harmful or difficult to deal with. So if we're struggling with chronic sadness, anxiety, or depression, it's important to seek professional help.
Excellent. Now let's look at the grammar in this section. What's interesting about the way the information is presented?
The author uses a lot of conditional clauses, which are clauses that express a condition or possibility. For example, when negative thoughts arise, challenge them. This sentence uses the conditional clause, when negative thoughts arise, to set up the action that follows, challenge them.
That's a great observation, Dave. And the author also uses a lot of imperative sentences, which we already discussed, to give direct instructions. For example, challenge negative thoughts, practice self-compassion, and seek professional help. These imperative sentences make the strategies feel more actionable.
Excellent point, Kate. This section is full of practical advice for dealing with the challenges we face on our path to happiness. We've learned about words like obstacles, setbacks, challenge, compassion, and chronic. And we've seen how conditional clauses and imperative sentences can be used to give clear and concise instructions.
And now, we're moving into the final section, which is a really beautiful reflection on happiness as a journey, not a destination. It's a great way to end the text. Dave, what are some key vocabulary words from this section?
You're right, Kate. This section is all about embracing the process of becoming happier, not just reaching a specific goal. First, we have embrace, which means to accept or welcome something. So, we're encouraged to embrace the good times and learn from the bad times.
Exactly. And then we have continuous, which means ongoing or never-ending. So, happiness is a continuous process of growth, learning, and self-discovery.
Great point, Kate. And then we have fulfillment, which means a sense of satisfaction and achievement. So, we're encouraged to create a life filled with happiness, contentment, and fulfillment.
Excellent. Now let's look at the grammar in this section. What's interesting about the way the information is presented?
The author uses a lot of parallelism, which means using similar grammatical structures to create a sense of balance and rhythm. For example, it's about embracing the good times, learning from the bad times, and finding joy in the everyday moments. This sentence uses 3 parallel phrases, each starting with a gerund: embracing, learning, finding.
That's a great observation, Dave. And the author also uses a lot of prepositional phrases to add detail and context. For example, by cultivating positive emotions, finding meaning and purpose, nurturing strong relationships, embracing flow experiences, and practicing mindfulness and gratitude, we can create a life filled with happiness, contentment, and fulfillment. This sentence uses several prepositional phrases: by cultivating, finding, nurturing, embracing, practicing, to connect the different actions that lead to happiness.
Excellent point, Kate. This section is a beautiful reminder that happiness is a journey, not a destination. We've learned about words like embrace, continuous, and fulfillment, and we've seen how parallelism and prepositional phrases can be used to create a flowing and elegant style.
And finally, we have a section on words and expressions for English learners. This is a great resource for anyone who wants to expand their vocabulary and learn how to talk about happiness in English. Dave, what are some key words and expressions from this section?
You're right, Kate. This section is a great way to wrap up our discussion of happiness. We've learned about words like aspirations, misconception, elusive, interplay, neurochemicals, endorphins, predisposition, set point, interventions, cultivating, contentment, flow experiences, mindfulness, gratitude, obstacles, self-compassion, chronic, and embrace. These words are all useful for talking about happiness in English.
And that's a wrap for our episode on happiness. We hope you enjoyed learning about the science of happiness, practicing some practical strategies, and overcoming obstacles to happiness. Remember, happiness is a choice, and it's a choice we can make every day. Thanks for joining us.